Good morning students, welcome back to the English channel. Students, today we'll learn about modal verbs, when, where and how to use these modal verbs. So modal verbs, what are the modal verbs? Modal verbs are the auxiliary verbs, that means the helping verbs that provide additional and specific meaning to the main verb of the sentence. It is called as the modal auxiliary verbs because they help the other verbs. That means these are the special kind of helping verb that helps the main verb to express the mood of the subject, and at the same time it can indicate possibility, persuasion, ability or willingness, obligation, etc. So what are those modal verbs? Modal verbs are can, could, will, would, may, might, must, shall, should, will, would, ought to, etc. are the modal verbs. So children, how to use these modal verbs? Actually, it depends on two factors. First one is the meaning with which the speaker wishes to express the sentence. And second, the situation in which the verb is used. Like, suppose I'll give you some examples because there are very fine shades of difference in the meaning of the modal verbs. Many times, different verbs may be used in the same situation. Let me give you few sentences. First sentence, suppose, could you please be quiet? Or second, must you talk all the time? Or third, can you be quiet? Fourth, will you be quiet? So in the first sentence, the word is could you please be quiet. So it shows a polite and formal way of asking someone to be quiet. In the sentence 2, that is must you talk all the time, it shows that the speaker is annoyed, is angry, and it could be spoken by a person who is in some way little superior to the listener. If you are a boss, you can say like this, you can say use must. Okay, so there is little politeness in this sentence. And third sentence, can you be quiet? So it shows that the speaker is throwing a challenge to the listener, saying that can you keep quiet, or keeping quiet would be an impossibility for him or her. Sentence 4, will you be quiet? So it shows again an authority, an annoyance, that the speaker is almost ordering the listener, dismissing him or her in anger. Okay, so depending on the situation or the mood that the speaker wants to express, the verbs can be used. So let me first tell you all the modal verbs and how to use these modal verbs. In which situation it has to be used. Like can is used for ability or for request or for prediction or possibility, permission, etc. It is little bit less polite or informal than the could. In the next I will tell you the exact difference of using can and could. Okay, because could is also shows the past ability or the suggestion or the future possibility. This also may used for the same situation. But where to use the what is the difference, that I will tell you after explaining this all these 11 modal verbs. Okay, so can is used for ability. For example, Julie can swim, so it shows that Julie has the ability to swim. Similarly, could can be used for the past ability, like Julie could swim when she was young. It is the past ability. Or for requesting, if it is an informal request, if it is little less polite, you can say can I come with you. That means you can use with your friends or with your colleagues or with who is not superior to you. But could can be used more politely in a formal sentence, like could I use your phone please. So this is more polite. Okay, second is may. May is used for formal permission or future possibilities, and for wishing or for blessing somebody also we can use may, like may I borrow your pen, may God bless you, or he may come to our place. And might is used for present or future speculation, same possibility, but here might is used for the less possibility. May is used if there is higher chances of possibility, then may is used. If there is less possibility, then might is used. Again, all these differences I will explain later. First, let me give you a brief about all the modal verbs. Then I'll give you the exact difference of where to use may or might. Okay. So might is used like we might win the trophy, but I doubt. So here there is less possibility than may. Okay. Next is must. Must is used for necessity or for obligation, where there is a strong necessity. Ought to is used where there is moral obligation or which is always correct, which is a duty or what is right. That means it is more regarding moral obligation. But must is a strong necessity. Like you must have an ID proof to enter the room. So here this is the essential thing. Without this you cannot enter. But ought to is not that much forceful as must, but it is stronger than should. Like you can say you ought to be more punctual, or you ought to apologize your parents, elders. So this is a moral duty. Okay. Now next is shall and should. Shall is used for offer or suggestions, and should is also used for advice, uncertain predictions, etc. Like shall is used for the first person. Shall I help you? Shall I call her? Okay. Should is used, you should check it again, or he should give her a call. I'll give you the difference again. Will is used for willingness, certain prediction or promise. Like I will go to the New York, or it shows the willingness. Or you can say for prediction purpose we might use like it will rain today. And would is used for requesting, for invitation, or for hypothesis. Like I would give you money if I had any. Or request, would you pass the pizza? Would you prefer tea or coffee? So these are the common use of modal verbs. Now I will give you the exact difference between where to use the can or could. There is a very fine difference between can and could. Like can and could both are used for ability, but can is used for present ability and could is used for past ability. I can speak Chinese. Okay, that means presently also I can speak Chinese. But if you have to show the past ability, you have to use could. He could swim well when he was 10 years old. And can is used for possibility, for present possibility. Same thing, present possibility and past possibility. Present, if it is present, then you have to use can. If it is past, you have to use could. Like one wrong move can lose the whole game. So this is the present situation. A lot of employees could be fired. So this is the past. Past it is showing. Permission. Look at the permission, children. Permission, if it is an informal permission, that means you are talking to your friend or talking to your same categories people, then you can use can. But if you are speaking to any superior or elder, you have to get the permission in a polite form. There you have to use could. Like if you need, you can take my car. So you are speaking to somebody of your age. But if you are asking for permission in a polite form, he would help you if he could. Okay, so for politeness you have to use could. For requesting also, if it is informal, then you can use can. If it is more polite, then you can use could. Like can you give me a hand? That means can you help me? Or could you open the door please? So if please is there, you have to use could. That is shows more politeness. Similarly, offer. How can I help you? So here it is asking question, but if you are suggesting, then you have to use could. Like you could call me whenever you want. Cannot and conditional of can. See children, you can use cannot if it is not allowed. You cannot smoke here, this is the hospital. But if it is a condition, then you can use could. If you call me, I could help you. Again, there is another fine difference. Like if it is a general statement, you can use can. If it is a specific event, then you have to use could. Suppose I will say in Norway temperature can be low as minus 50 degrees Celsius in winter. So it is a general statement, a general possibility. But if it is a specific event, then you have to say the weather station said temperatures could be as low as minus 10 degrees Celsius tonight. So this is a specific particular event happening. So here you have to use could. So this is the fine shade of difference between can and could. Now let's discuss about where to use may, must not, should, etc. Let's see. Look at these sentences and find the meaning. See children, if it is forbidden to move the computers. Here it means it is forbidden, so you have to use must. You must not move the computers. Anyone who takes part in a swimming competition does use these lockers. May. May why? Because it is allowed or it is permitted. So anyone who takes part in a swimming competition is allowed or permitted to use these lockers. People who work here must leave by 5 pm means it is essential, it is necessary. Swimmers from visiting teams need not pay to use lockers. That means it is not necessary. They can use should or advised to. Like Chris should phone Sam. That means Chris is advised to phone Sam. That means should or must and need not is used for advising purpose. Should is used. If it is forbidden, then it is must is used. If it is a allowance or a permission, then we can use may. Done? Understood? Now let's see the difference between ought and should. Okay? Let's see. Look children, should is used when we want to express our subjective opinion. That is your own opinion. What I think is best for you to do. So you should call your mother more often. So it is your own choice. He should apologize before she stops talking to him. It is your own suggestion, own opinion. But ought to is used when we want to express an objective truth. A truth which is good for the society, like what is necessary and cannot be avoided. Like they ought to follow the school's policy or they will get expelled. According to the road sign, they ought to stop here. That is, which is good for the society. Done. Now let's go to find out the difference between must and should. Children, must is used for official written rules. Like you must be 18 or older to vote in the US. Or duty, if there is strong moral obligation, you must respect your elders. Or if there is very strong recommendation, like you must visit me the next time you are in town. But should is used when there is personal obligation, not a official obligation. It should be a moral or personal obligation. Like I should call my mother more often. Or for personal recommendation, you should apply for a job at my company. That means it is a personal recommendation. And have to is used for necessity. Like I have to meet my boss at noon. It is used in place of must. Okay. So she has to take the exam today. I have to register in order to vote. So this is a replacement of must. Have to can be used in replacement of must. Now let's go through the modal verb rules. There are certain rules to be followed. Modal verbs should not have an s or ed or ing in the ending. Like you can say he can drive, but he can't drive you should not use. Don't use an infinitive with modals. He can go. You cannot say he can to go. Done. Next is to form the negative, put not after the modal. Like he should not go. This is the only 3 rules. It doesn't change with the person or tenses. Done. Now let's do some examples I will give you and you have to practice by completing the second sentence. I'll give you the meaning and you have to complete the second sentence. So let's do. We have to complete the second sentence so that it means the same as the first. We can use may, must not, etc. So let's see. I advise you to catch the early train. So what you can use this? Use here for advice. Yes, you should catch the early train. It is essential to check in your luggage an hour before your flight. So for essential we have to use yes, must. Smoking is forbidden in the youth hostel. So what you can use for forbidden? Yes, must not. It is not necessary to take your own towel to that swimming pool. Not necessary means you can use did not. Customers are advised to check their change before leaving the shop. That means advice means you should use should. Visitors are permitted to use the school canteen. So what to use? Yes, may. Visitors may. Students are advised not to leave all their revision until the day before the exam. Advice means again we can use should not. Done children? Now I will give you some sentences and you have to find out the meanings. I am giving you the simple present tense. They go out is a present simple tense. If I write they must go out, what does it mean? Yes, obligation. They should go out, that means advice. They can go out, what it means? Permission. They may go out means possibility. They will go out means it shows the future tense. Done children? Hope you understand. Thanks for watching.